And they think tied him, put him in the cell for the evening. The smell of freshly brewed coffee led Tal down a drowsy path to wakefulness, and he rolled over, slipping an arm around Vanya's waist and burying his face in her hair. "You made coffee. You are the most beautiful, amazing woman in the universe." She snuffled in her sleep, pushing his hand away as she hid her face in her pillow. "Go away. It's your turn to make it." She didn't so much kick him as shove him out of bed with her feet, but he got the message and rolled over to reach for a pair of sleeping pants that he was sure he'd dropped there. Regretfully leaving their warm bed, he staggered towards the door and let himself out, rubbing the sleep from his eyes as he went. The coffee had just finished brewing when he got to the kitchen, and he poured himself a mug, fishing around in the cooler for cream. Coffee in hand, he turned around and stopped cold. There were 2 plates set out on the table, and a note between them. "Just turn on the warmer for a few minutes. It should reheat well. KF." Tal looked, because breakfast was breakfast and the damage was done. Scrambled eggs and pancakes in the shape of hearts. Hearts. A few short, stomping steps took him from the galley to Frey's cell. He didn't expect to find him there. The man had obviously gotten himself out. Why would he go back? Frey was in the cell, however, wasn't as unexpected as the bars now painted across the glass wall. Oh, for fuck's sake. Tal stepped closer, peering between the gray stripes. Their prisoner-cum-chef had found the bag rescued from the ship, because Tal knew Vanya didn't own a pair of shorts in that eye-popping green and purple paisley pattern. And they sure as hell weren't his. Some sort of soft, clingy fabric fit his ass perfectly where he was curled up on the bunk. Tal gave himself a hard mental shake, forcing his eyes to the keypad. "Frey!" To his credit, Frey recovered from an initial start and jerk, rolling over with a sleepy smile. "Morning." "Morning, my ass. What the hell do you think you're doing?" Kellen sat up, bare feet swinging to the floor as he stretched and yawned. "I knew you might have missed the obvious, but I was sleeping," he said patiently. He scratched his bare chest and stretched again. "Is there a problem with breakfast? Should I have made waffles instead?" "Waff? No!" Tal could count on one hand the times he'd been left speechless. This joined the list. Unclenching his fingers, he took a deep breath. "Put some clothes on." "That seems rather a waste. I was planning to go back to sleep since you don't need me to cook anything else." "Put some fucking clothes on now," he said, through gritted teeth, eyes going everywhere but to Frey, Vanya's suggestion drifting uncomfortably around in the back of his head. The heavy sigh tweaked his irritation level up another 2 notches, and Tal scanned the floor, finding the duffel under the bunk. Shoving past Kellen, he grabbed the bag, reaching in blindly. "Get dressed." He dropped the first things he found into Kellen's lap. "I'm going to get Vanya. Have those on when I get back." He turned around at the door. "Do not leave this room, or I swear I won't be responsible for what happens." "So, stronger coffee next time?" Frey's voice floated down the hall after him, but Tal kept walking. Vanya was still in bed, face buried in the pillow, nothing visible above the blankets but a spill of dark hair. Angry as he was, his ire cooled a little as he leaned over the bed and kissed the top of her head. "Our prisoner made us pancakes," he murmured against her temple, trailing his hand down her bare shoulder. It was always tempting to roll back into bed with Vanya, and this time it would have given him an excuse for the arousal he felt coiled in his belly. At least something other than an illicit glimpse of someone's appallingly ugly underwear. Pancakes sound delicious. Vanya was smiling as she turned over, covers dropping to her waist. "Wait." She sat up, her eyes comically wide. "You made pancakes?"